What's up, what up? I am Matthew Msingati, the designer and the developer. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Coded Design, where I teach coding and user interface design. We are continuing with a series, React and Next.js WhatsApp web clone. Okay, as you can see, guys, I'm so excited. I think last time I was doing a tutorial, I was sitting at 137. And as you can see now, we are sitting at 140. Thank you so much for your help, for sharing the videos. Also, please make sure if you haven't subscribed, you subscribe. Without wasting time, let's just jump straight into it. Okay, this is where we were on the previous video. Okay, we've added some SVG and also we created a component. Okay, now it's time for us to do the real thing. Okay, what the real thing is, remember, this is what we are creating. Okay, so that means we are going to erase everything here, delete everything. Okay, and then from then start from scratch. Okay, I think that's about it. And also let's quickly some sort of plan. I like to plan things. Obviously, some people are just developers and front-end developers, so it makes sense for them to get into code and start coding. But for me, since I've got a background as a graphic designer, I like to some sort of make some diagrams, some sketches, so that we can sort of have an idea of a concept of what we are going to do. Okay, with that being said, let's just jump straight into that. Okay, one last thing, it's raining this side. Obviously, rain comes with blessing, so we cannot complain. So my apologies if there is some sort of a rain in the background sound. Okay, so now let's see how are we going to structure our user interface. Okay, for me, this is what I see. I see this section. Let me just change the border. Not this one, this is not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for stroke. Okay, I hope the rain is not affecting us that much. Okay, so what I see here, I see this section, and also I hope I've duplicated. Yes. Okay, and also I see this section. Okay, okay, so this is what I see at the moment. So and then obviously there is this one, sorry. Okay, obviously there is this one, but that will be a topic for maybe another video. Okay, there is this one and this one. Okay, so guys, let's try to create this frame first. Okay, let me make these blue. Okay, let's try to create this frame first. Okay, okay, let me send this one on top. Okay, as you can see, so we've got this left side and we've got the right side. Okay, so we can call this the contact side. As you can see here, the contact side, there are some contacts, and also on the left, this left side, we can call it the chat side. Okay, but however, there is what can I say, some sort of a header, a header. Okay, so let's just treat this side as a left section and the right section, and the inner part, this one is going to be contact section and this one is going to be a chat section. So it makes sense that the chat section, it's only this part here, the contact section, it's only this part, and this is the left header and the right header. It makes sense. So guys, this is we are just going to create only this structure. We want to take things one by one, little by little, one step at a time. Remember, I'm not Mr. Know-it-all. I am also learning. So I think everything is clear now, and let's jump straight into it. Okay. Okay, so this is what we have at the moment. So what I want to do, I want to go to page. Okay, and then inside page, I'm going to, can I delete everything and start from scratch? I think so. I think I can. I think I can. I think I can. Okay, I don't think there's something that I need here. Okay, let's delete everything here. Boom. Okay, let's save. Then from then, let's check what will be rendered here. As you can see, now there is nothing. Okay, so what we are going to do, let's just type a JavaScript function. Okay, this is just a React component. Okay, function, let's say home. Okay, function home, and then we say return, open brackets, and then from there we need to just type something. Let's say h1. Okay, let's say again, I like to be famous. Let me write my name, Matthew Msingati. Okay, in case you might think that this is my name and this is my surname, that's not the case. These are all my names. Actually, my actual name is this one. It's Msingati, that's my African name. And Matthew is the name that I'm using just to think for people who don't speak my language. Obviously, they can't pronounce the name, hence I go by the name of Matthew. This is not in my formal name or in my identity document. It's just a name. My mother had recently knew now about this name, maybe 2 years ago. So that's the case. Okay, let's continue. Enough about me. Okay, so what we want to do, this is just a JavaScript function. As you can see, it returns this. So now this won't work. As you can see, even if I can save, it won't work up until we export it. Okay, nothing happens up until, sorry, not necessarily export, but export means that we display it in a way. So let's say export default home. Okay, default home. Okay, now that we have exported it, let's see if we can see this name. Refresh. Okay, as you can see, here is my name. The reason why I did this, I exported my name, or I displayed my name, I wanted you to see that as much as we have erased everything, but still we are getting these lines, some sort of stripes, okay, with a little bit of gradient here and there. Okay, so if we've deleted everything, isn't suppose this is plain white? Suppose it's plain white, but we still have these lines. So I wanted to show you how to remove that. Okay, so what we are going to do, remember when you talk of React, we are talking of some sort of a loosely coupled way of doing things. So things are not sitting in one place, like where you can just find everything here. Let's say the navigation bar, the head, the header, the body, the footer, and everything. No. So things are a little bit loose here. Things are a little bit scattered. So I want you to think of React like that. Okay, so this means that these styles, or what is going on here, these styles take effect in a different section of our application. Okay, so that different section is, let's first look at the layout. Okay, let's look at remember the layout. It's some sort of a template of your page that won't change, and then everything that will change will be received at this as the children, and it will be chucked or inserted inside the body. So do you see where your body is? That means your body is in the layout. Okay, so this page, whenever it renders, it will be taken and it will be received here, and it will be pushed inside the body. Okay, so as you can see that the body has some styles. Okay, class name, inter.class name, and whatever. So let's make sure that our body doesn't have any class name. Okay, let's just put here just an empty string. Okay, meaning that our body doesn't have some sort of a CSS. Let's go back and see if is there anything that will change. Obviously nothing changed. Okay, that's not a problem. I'm sure that our body doesn't have anything. Okay, let's go to global CSS and see, okay, if there are some styles there. As you can see, here is the body. Okay, and the color of the body is what as you can see, these are styles. Okay, okay, now we just need to remove this. Okay, okay, let's go and check there if we are good to go. Voila! If you have reached this stage, I'm proud of you. That means you are a professional front-end developer. Okay, so guys, we are starting from scratch. This is a clean slate. Okay, remember, don't forget, this is what we're trying to do. We want to build this frame. It's like we're building a foundation. We want to build the left side, the right side, let's say the left header and the right header, without the icons and the other things. Remember, framing or structuring things, it's very important. It sets you up for a clean code, for easy, I'm not sure, for some sort of, it helps you to easily know what is the problem, and also it will help you to style or to name your sections. Okay, so let's start with that. We are not going to put any icon, any fancy thing. We're just going to create this structure. Okay, makes sense. Okay, now let's go back. Okay, let's go back here. So what we're going to do, we are not going to first create components, right? What we are going to do, we are going to create everything in one page. Okay, then once we are done with that, and then we will create a component, meaning that we are going to create our own frame. Make sure that it's like this, even if it has got some red and orange color, that's not a problem. And then from then, after that, once we are done with this section, okay, we can then extract this part and make it a component. So we will make components later. Okay, now let's go back. Okay, so what we want to do, we want the left section and the right section. Okay, before we do that, let's create an overall div which is going to act as our app div. Okay, the other thing that you must notice, okay, let me just show it to you. Here you are not allowed, JSX doesn't allow you to render more than one div. Okay, as you can see, this is the first div and this is the second div. So ideally it wants you to wrap this inside one div. Okay, something like this. Okay, something like this. If all this can be under one div. Okay, as you can see now, everything is under one div, one container, then it will work. Okay, the ideal way is to just open and close this, and then this empty bracket, and also here you can some sort of export these empty brackets. Okay, that means this solves the problem. So you must always have these things. Okay, and then from then let's create our parent div. Okay, so this is our parent div, or the main app container, let's say. Okay, give it some space and give it some space. Okay, this is our main container. Right inside here, what we want, okay, when it comes to HTML, not necessarily HTML, when we are using pure CSS, you have a need to name your containers. Let's say we name this container, let's say app container, because we want to go to our CSS and grab it and then style it. If we are using Tailwind, we don't necessarily have to some sort of name our divs. Okay, The reason is we are not going to go to CSS at all. That's the main focus of Tailwind CSS. You stick on this HTML page or JSX page, so it eliminates the need for you to go to CSS and type. So it's more like CSS has been, let's say, embedded in HTML through classes, okay, through utility classes. But you will see what I mean. So we don't have to some sort of label our containers, okay. So this is the parent container, okay. So what we need to do, we need to say class name. Okay, sorry about that. Let me quickly open my on-screen keyboard because my computer, my keyboard cannot press the key C. Okay, I apologize for that. I should have some sort of opened this long time ago. My mistake. Okay. Okay, now it's loading. Not a problem. So in the meantime, let's continue. I don't know why it is. Okay. So guys, let's continue. This is going to be the left div, and this is going to be the right div. Okay, the right section. Okay, parent container, left section, and right section. Okay. Okay, and then from there, isn't there a place where I can just copy this class name in the meantime? No, not here. There is no class name here, and I also deleted that one. Okay, there's no other component here except, let's try this one. Okay, I can copy class name here. Okay, until that on screen keyboard loads. Okay, so let's continue. So what we want to do, okay, what we want to do, we want to style our main application container. So let's say bg gray, or let's say, yeah, bg red 500. Okay, remember this doesn't have a width and a height yet. Okay, so let's see what's going on. As you can see, suppose there is nothing that shows in there. Okay, and then what we can do, we can type something. Okay, maybe I've pressed Control S. Okay, so let's type something there so that we can see if we have a red background. Okay, as you can see, we have a red background, and also since this is a div, it runs from the left side, left edge to the right edge. Okay, so what we need to do now, we need to tell it to also run from the top to the bottom. Okay, and also here it runs automatically from the left to right without us telling it. It's some sort of a good thing, but I like to be in control. I like to tell it to do so, because I don't know when is it going to break and not follow that principle. If you know, with HTML and CSS and styling, whatever you do in the parent, let's say in the parent container, it affects the child container. Sometimes what you do in the child container might affect. So I don't want us to have our CSS and JSX breaking with no reason. So what we can do first, let's start with the height. We want a height of full. Okay, that means we want it to take the full height, like from here to here. Okay, let's just wait for it to refresh. Okay, let's see. It looks like it doesn't do what we want it to do. Okay, that's not a problem. Let's say we want a, okay, so this is a height of 100%. Okay, oh, okay. Now I see. Okay, the height of full it's 100%, but at the moment I don't think this container, this div that knows 100% of what, because let's say here we don't have where I am, sorry guys. Okay, sorry guys, this is the first mistake. Let me do this. Let me just cut this one. I only see that now. So this container, the one that I'm styling, it needs to be the first container. Okay, sorry about that, because remember, things are a little bit messy, but we'll fix this. This one is the left section, and this one is the right section, and this one, okay, the one that ends here, suppose this one ends where, okay, this is a div, and this is a closing div, and this is an opening div, and this is a closing div. This one closes here. I hope this is clear. Okay, this is the parent container. Remember, this is the main container, so it should be at the top. Okay, so I was saying, if this h full means 100%, okay, 100% of what? Because we don't know, we are not aware of the parent container for this div. Okay, so usually 100% means that 100% of the parent container, and we don't have that parent container, so we don't have to take that route. Okay, so there is a CSS class that has got something to do with screen. Okay, h, okay, let me do it like this. Yeah, okay, h. Then here I want something that has got something to do with screen. Now I forgot what is it, but it's not, yeah, not max. Max, is it max? Okay, but this is, I think this is this one, H screen. Okay, but without this max. Okay, this is what actually is 100% view height is, as you can see. Now we've got that what we want. Okay, guys, if you feel a little bit confused, please don't mind. You are going to get this clear. Okay, so I don't need to put now that there. Okay, so we've got our container. Okay, our parent container, that's it. So what we want now, we want this left section and the right section. Okay, let's quickly do that. Remember, we said the first one is our left section. Okay, what we're going to do, we are going to take this class name as it is. Okay, remember we said if the height is some sort of 100 view height, okay, then let's make the width also to be like that, so that we know that we have made it to be like that. Because remember, at first it was like by default, okay, of which we don't want that. We want to be on control. We want to know it's us who has made that. Okay, now what we want to do, let's just copy this class, and remember guys, this is Tailwind CSS. Okay, we are not going to go to a CSS file and do things, not with Tailwind CSS, unless there is something that we really feel like we can't do with Tailwind CSS, or we like, in terms of our experience with Tailwind CSS, we've got some limitations. We don't know how Tailwind does that, and then we'll go to this file and we'll type vanilla CSS. Okay, so let me make BG green. Okay, BG green for the left section. The height might be 100%, but the width must not be that. Do I have 90 here? Let's see, do I have something like 90? Let's take 60 because it's there. Okay, let's see the green color. As you can see, here is the green color. This is 60. See, okay, doesn't look like it. Let's make it okay, 60, too small. Okay, as you can see, 90 is not there. We only got 96. Okay, let's try that. Okay, let's see. Yeah, somewhat like it. Okay, and then from there we need to also take this. Okay, okay, and then what we want to do, this is the right section, paste this, then instead of green, let's make it yellow. Okay, let's make it yellow. The height, it's screen, but now the width is going to be let me say full and see. Okay, if full doesn't work, we will see what we will do. Okay, yeah, I think full works. Okay, so as you can see, guys, we've got the left section and we've got our right section, but now our right section comes like beneath the green section, so we need to make use of display property called flex so that we can change the stack, the order in which this element and this one follow each other. So this must not be beneath it, it must be next to it. So how can we do that? We need to control the parent container, and which is the parent container? It's the red one. Okay, let's do that. The parent container is the red one. We just need to put here flex. Okay, let's see. As you can see, now it's not like beneath it, now it's next to it. Guys, I think we are getting there. If you've managed to reach this stage, I'm proud of you. You are the best developer in the world. Let's continue. Okay, as you can see now, we are getting there. So we've got the left section and the right section. So the only thing that I would like us to do is to do the top header, the left header and the right header without the icons, maybe with only whatever color that we want. Okay, so let's quickly do that. Okay, go back to Visual Studio Code. Now inside this div, okay, inside the green one, let's have another div. Okay, let's have another div, and then we copy the classes. Okay, we just copy everything, and then from there we need to change the background to gray 100%. The width now, the height, first of all, doesn't have to be some sort of a full width height. Okay, let's see what are the available heights. Okay, let's go up to 24 for the height. Okay, and for the width now, let's make it full. That means it must take 100% of the parent container. Okay, meaning that the parent container is this green one. Okay, so it must fill the whole space. Okay, let's see if that is the case. Yes, as you can see, it fills the whole space. Okay, and then we just need to work with this one. Let's make it is 20 available here. Let's see. Okay guys, I'm happy we are winning. Things are some sort of getting to what we want. I'm happy with this. Okay, this looks like it. Okay, let's do the same thing but here in this side. Okay, let's just copy this as it is. I think the only, not necessarily disadvantage of Tailwind CSS, but something that I'm not used to, is to have your divs all over the place and you don't have the names for those divs. Like with what can I say, with pure CSS you have some IDs. So there's no need for me to type IDs here that are I'm not going to use them here on the actual CSS just for labeling. It doesn't really make sense, but I'm still not used to not knowing my divs by name. Okay, so now I'm relying on these colors to know where I am, but let's keep on pushing, guys, and see how far we can go. Okay, so I think, okay, as you can see, the same thing happened. I've copy and paste this div, so it took 100% width of the parent container. Okay, I think, guys, that's about it. The only thing that we need to do now, on the parent container, maybe we need a border, the one that will some sort of draw a line here to separate things. But so let's just assume there is a border here, very small one. Okay, even here I think we have it, but you can only see it properly here. So let's take the border and put it on our left container. If we see that things don't look very well, or maybe it seems like this border is not here, we can only put it on the top section. Or let's first start by putting it on the top section. But I feel like here is this border, even here. Okay, it's not like it's okay. Let's put it on the left section first. Okay, now the left section is a green section. Okay, let's say border, border. That means there is a border, and then border L. Do we have that? Yes. Okay, border left. Okay, let's say border style. Do we have such border? Okay, let's see, what do we have under border? Border spacing. No, I want the border style, border solid. Okay, border solid. Okay, let's see, did I specify the color? Maybe I'm supposed to specify it here, border gray. Okay, I will check that later. Let's see what we have. Okay, as you can see, we have the border. Okay, we do have the border, but the border has been applied like around this this left section. Not a problem. In the next section, we are going to just only put this border on the right side, only, so that it can be only here. Otherwise, guys, I'm Matthew Msingati, the designer and developer, and this is my YouTube channel, Coded Design, where I teach coding and user interface design. If you feel like this video is adding value into overall understanding of Next.js, React.js, and Tailwind CSS, please do me a favor. Now you know we are sitting at 140 subscribers. By the end of this month, I want us at least to reach 200 subscribers. So please like the content and share it, and also maybe invite your friends to check this coding channel, Coded Design. Okay, otherwise, guys, I think that's about it. I'm happy with what we've came up with. This is what we said we will do, and we did just that. Most interestingly for us, that shows progress, we did this with Tailwind CSS. I'm proud of you if you have reached this stage. That means you are getting there. You are a professional front end and React developer. See you on the next one.